And we as men, we have to explore that by hitting strippers, because it's what we do, men.
Everyone knows strippers are people. and we're live. That's, first thing I say.
That was not very nice.
Yep.
Hey guys, Philosopher here, and this podcast wasn't as upbeat as our podcasts usually are. There were a lot of deaths that happened recently, celebrity deaths, people that inspired some of us, so we took some time to talk about that. It got very depressing and sad for a little bit. We did ease into it by talking about something a little bit more upbeat, which was episodic games again. Hitman was announced to be episodic, so we kind of talk about that, dig deep into that topic a little bit more, and explore some ideas. So definitely would love some input from you guys on that. But again, this episode wasn't as happy as our usual episodes were, so sorry about the downer, but we felt like it was something that we needed to talk about. As always, I want to thank you guys for tuning into the show and listening. We always appreciate that. Thank you for listening to the Console Xplosion podcast. Hey guys, I'm the Philosopher, and we've got some less happy stuff to talk about, but we'll get to that later on. First, I want to introduce the guests. First person you might notice is the wolf just sitting there. That is Tyler, the video game hunter. I can't even say it without laughing. I can't look at you right now.
Hello. Thank you for having me on the show.
Next, we have Ian, the historic nerd.
Good to be back as always.
And we have Jared.
I come with extra crunch.
Extra crispy.
Extra crunchy.
Oh yeah. So the first bit of news that we wanted to talk about here was Hitman. The same people who are making the Final Fantasy game. Just so happens that this game has been announced that it's going to be episodic. And I don't know if Tyler or Ian, if you guys play the game, but I know Jared does, so what do you think of this?
I feel about episodic games. I never really experienced them, to be honest, but if this is like a, whatchamacallit, like, you know how they release the game as a test run and see if anything, like, any issues involved, they probably can fix them up later.
Pretty much, I just feel episodic games, in my opinion, are cash grab. 100% cash grab. I mean, look at if we had. I mean, the Final Fantasy VII game that's coming out is episodic. What if they did, like, I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to digress here a bit. Telling a story. Rogers Video used to rent movies. And I remember when they opened up, I went there, and I rented Resident Evil 2. But they only gave you one disc. So if you wanted to play the second disc, you had to rent the second disc on its own. It's a cash grab.
What?
And they did that with Final Fantasy VII. All 4 discs, separate rentals. Episodic. And that's $7.99 or $8.99 a rental at the time. That's bullshit. And that's where I feel this whole episodic stuff is bullshit as well, because just release it all on one disc, and it's not like a Blu-ray disc can't handle that much data. I just feel the episodic adventures are not worth it.
Oh.
I mean, release it as DLC, or put it together as another game, right? Like Dead Island. With Dead Island Riptide, right? They did another whole game with the stuff that they could have did as DLC. That's just my opinion.
I have a question though, but have they said you're gonna pay for each episode? Is this one-time deal?
Yeah, I actually have it posted right here. So from what I understand as of right now, the pricing for the first episode, which is going to have the prologue and one area, which is Paris, is going to be $15. And each episode after that is supposedly $10 or $50 for a season pass. So with that too, I kind of want to play devil's advocate here on a couple of things. One, I mean, you're paying $50 for the game. Supposedly, maybe after tax is going to be closer to $65. I don't know. I don't know if this is 100% guaranteed price range. But also, one of my favorite games of 2015 was Life is Strange, which was another Square Enix game, and also an episodic game, which you wound up paying $20 for that game, I think, altogether, if you bought the season pass for the game, rather than buying each one individually. And that game was phenomenal. So I want to know, like, taking that into consideration, like, do you still think that this is definitely a cash grab when the price isn't even going to be anywhere higher? You know, have you thought about any of the conveniences to it actually being episodic rather than bad?
Well, I mean, $15 for the first part, plus $50 for the season pass. That's $65 almost, and for one game, a fucking Hitman game, nonetheless, right? Like that's bullshit. When was the last good Hitman game? That free one on mobile.
Now, I think that.
Wait, do you think that was better than the last one they made? Like, you thought it was better than Hitman? What was the last one called? Ascension?
Something.
The Contracts, that was from PlayStation 2.
I'm behind times.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Hitman Absolution, I think, is what it was
Absolution was the most recent one. You thought the mobile game was better than that?
To me, I had more fun with that one. Why it was free.
Really?
But I mean, Absolution I got for $19.99. So, and that was brand new. So $19.99 for that, and I bought that pretty much a couple days after it was out. And yet, here's this game for $60, and it's episodic.
Was that the retail price?
Retail was $19.99. Bought it from GameStop.
And
Were you saying the mobile game was $19.99, or did you buy the most recent one? Okay, so you waited a while before it came out then to buy it.
No, I bought it pretty much the fourth day it came out. It was fourth day. It was on sale. GameStop, $19.99. Red sticker.
Oh, on sale.
You must have looked at how that is.
But so for a game to go on sale 4 days out of the box.
That's
so what was irritating about that for me when I had to go get it was it didn't have a like physical PC release, and that's where I like to play Hitman. So like I had to go track down, like, it was annoying. So my brother was trying to get it for me as a gift, so we ended up having to buy it on Steam, just because it didn't have any physical PC releases anywhere. That was kind of unfortunate.
See, and for me, it's like, okay, the only real episodic game I've played and I've bought would be the Back to the Future. Right? But then they released it on a physical disc. And I'd rather buy that because A, it doesn't take up room, and B, it looks better on the shelf. You know, just release the fucking the game with the disc. Like, it doesn't cost you that much more. Just fucking do it. People will buy it. This episodic stuff to me is just more cash grab. It's the same as fucking Capcom and their bullshit. Here's your 13 different versions of Street Fighter 4. We're just updating it. Oh, but it's released on a new disc. Just fucking do that. People will buy it.
Have you considered the fact that they can make more money by doing the episodic releases to put towards it?
Well, I guess the nice thing for me would be that if I bought the intro mission for $15 and it sucked, and I don't like it, I wouldn't have to invest any more in it, so that's kind of nice.
Right.
But other than that, it's still kind of disappointing in the sense that they want you to pay per mission. But that's kind of what Hitman's always been about, though, is just the individual missions, because the overall story arc for each game has always been kind of weak.
Really?
But it's one of those things where, like, it's kind of irritating that you're going to have to, like, you buy it and you have to wait for each mission to come out before you can play the next one.
How long are his missions usually?
Each mission, you can probably, they're, like, maybe an hour or two long. Depending on how you play it and how complex they are. Because they're, like, Hitman missions are always fun because there's no one way to do it. There's always multiple ways to do it. Like, you can go in there like a serial killer and kill everybody if you want, or you could do it very stealthily and just kill your target without being detected. So there's always numbers of ways to do it in the Hitman games. It's just it's kind of odd that they're just going to release the missions individually, because the individual missions were never that long. So I guess maybe they're actually changing the game dynamic in the sense that the Hitman missions will be a lot longer.
I do want to clarify that, like, if you look at the description or the chat, It has the very first one for $15 has the prologue mission and a different area, and each one after that is a different area. It's not one mission, from what I'm understanding. So it's you got Paris, Morocco, and then a few other places. I don't know if they have those listed.
The Hitman games kind of go like they start in one area, and then you travel to different areas to do your missions. So you end up going all over the world sometimes to do the missions in the game.
Right.
The last one was mostly North America. And same with Blood Money. Or
See,
Hitman.
Sorry, I was gonna say. See, the thing is, you're saying about will they make more money? Well, no. Look at Grand Theft Auto 5.
That's not what I'm saying. What I mean is that
could they make more money doing episodic? But I mean, look at Grand Theft Auto 5. What if they went episodic?
Well, I think here's the thing though. They can milk it for longer. Because they can keep doing very little work releasing individual missions because they already have the game made, and they're making $10 a pop there. So I mean, they can milk the game longer than they would normally just releasing it standard. Because I mean, Hitman games they're really popular for that first month when they come out, and then it completely burns out.
So what if it just died after the first release?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the risk they're playing. I mean, I would love to see statistics on episodic games, on every episodic game, and see with every episode how much the spike is in release. Does it drop down? Does it go up? What's the graph look like? I know games like The Walking Dead, episodic adventures, is pretty high. Why? Because it's all about the story, right? That's what drives that game. The Back to the Future one, I know the first two drove the game, but then the gameplay in the second part really ruined it, and it fucking dropped off. Jurassic Park was going to be an episodic, and after the first one, it fucking sucked.
I got a question, though. Where are they releasing this game? Xbox Live and Steam, or...?
I'm pretty sure PS4 for sure, probably PC, and then Xbox One I haven't seen that's confirmed yet.
Well, I was about to say, if you don't like the game, you can always return it on Steam.
On Steam it's still a pain in the ass to return a game.
Really?
Yeah, they argue with you.
Okay.
And you only have a week to do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's plenty of time to figure out if you like it or not.
Yeah, that's enough. But I was assuming Sony and Microsoft most likely don't do returns on digital, do they?
I have no clue.
I think there's probably going to be zero physical release for this game. There might be a box with a piece of paper in it. It's probably how they're going to sell this one.
What they'll probably do, because I think Life is Strange did the same thing, is after the episodes are fully out and it's been out for about a year, they'll do a physical copy. One of the big parts is that it stays relevant. By doing the episodic, you have that demand. If the person really enjoyed it, the game is as good as it should be, there's going to be a demand, and they can't play it, so they have to wait for the next one to come out, and they have to pay for it. In the long run, they're going to pay about the same price for a $6 game is what they're aiming to do. It's just the way they release it. They're wanting to stay relevant. It's a really smart marketing tactic, and until now, until very recently, which is last year, Telltale kind of had a curve on the episodic style of games, which the only other successful episodic game that I really, really know of is Life is Strange, which is a Square Enix game. So they have a little bit of experience with messing with this, which is probably why they're trying to push the envelope a little bit more, testing it with a remade game that they already is successful. So they have that fan power, which is Final Fantasy, and then Hitman. They're probably going to try it on that one as well, just to see how it does. Because I hate to say it, and I'm trying to find the positives rather than the negatives because it's probably not going to go away. But in episodic games, I think there's some good things that haven't been taken into consideration, like tweaking the game, patches, and stuff like that. Like, here's the first episode, but the gameplay wasn't good. They got some feedback. Now you can go back and tweak those games. You can't do that, or you can, but it's a lot harder once it's already released. But if you have this episode, you can go back. You have it, mostly done, but you can go back and tweak it. There's a lot of good things that can come from this, and I think we should start considering it because I get the feeling it's not going to go away. Especially if this one does well. We'll have to wait and see. I'm curious to see how Final Fantasy does personally.
Actually, the game I'm playing right now is doing that. The Major Minor, the really furry game I'm playing, they came out with an announcement saying the next episodic release, they're gonna update the content, like some of the errors of translation and whatnot. So I just want to throw that out there.
I have not heard that game. How's it doing?
Oh, Major Minor. Good out of the furry community, but people who are not into furries are bashing it, basically. However, I'm going to say this: if you're not into visual novel games, this game is not for you.
Point taken. Okay.
See, but not all episodic games do well. I mean, we're still waiting for Half-Life 2
3?
episode fucking whatever, right?
Episode 3.
Sonic the Hedgehog 4 episode 3. Where the fuck is that one? We've been waiting forever for that one to be done.
Oh, I totally
right?
forgot about that.
I mean, even taking big names and releasing it, Sonic episode 2 and 1 were phenomenal games. Were very good and were very high praised, and yet here we are, almost fucking 2 years later, still waiting for episode fucking 3. And fucking Half-Life. Where's that? I mean...
But is that the fault of the game being episodic, or is that just the fault of the developer?
I think that's the fault of Valve not being able to count to 3. I thought that was the issue.
Oh, God.
They did just announce Left 4 Dead 3 coming out.
I was just
That has to be a lie. They can't count to 3.
Yeah, I just remembered that right when you said Valve, and I was like, wait a minute.
You know, for me, I have no problem. I have no problem with buying a game, playing the whole game, and enjoying that, and then them coming out with some DLC for Expanded. But what I don't like is episodic, or if you guys ever played Asura's Wrath.
I've heard of it. I haven't played it.
I think I've heard of it.
So when you get to the end of the game, it stops. You have to buy the DLC in order to get the ending of the game.
Oh, that's BS.
$9.99, and that's Capcom.
Fuck
Oh, of
you,
course
Capcom.
Capcom would do that.
You know, for me, that's bullshit, and that falls in the whole line of this episodic bullshit. It's the same thing. You want the ending? Buy it. Right? And
I feel like that's a little misleading, though, because I wasn't advertised like that.
It wasn't advertised like that, but that's what it happened when you got to the end of the game.
Right.
So, you know, pay for it or never know what happens.
I was just going YouTube.
Yeah, but how well did that game do?
It did pretty good. And then when the backlash hit about that, it's fucking tanked.
Exactly. That's what my point is. Like that's very misleading. They misled their audience, and that cost them. But these people are, you know, Square Enix is being very upfront about everything here. And so yeah, you have the only
the only company that really does well with episodic games is Telltale, because again, I feel it's more story driven.
Mm-hmm.
Life is Strange is more of a story driven game, would you say?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's like the action games, you know, like I mean, I was playing Resident Evil Revelations 2.
Mm-hmm.
I played the free version, and yes, it's episodic, but I don't feel like buying the rest of it because I don't see paying more for this game. I'll wait till it comes out as a physical disc release and play it all at once.
Right.
I mean, they tried to do that with BioShock Infinity.
Mm.
They were going to turn that into episodic. Well, it is episodic, isn't it? You have to go out DLC to finish the stories.
I don't. I have BioShock Infinity, and I have yet to play it.
Yeah. So, you know, it just to me, I just don't. I just feel it's a cash grab, and I hate it. But I'll pay for expansions. I'll pay for DLC if I think it's warranted. But I don't want to be forced to buy it, and that's where these episodic games are, in my opinion, forcing you to do it.
I don't know, the like how Hitman's planning to do it is just, it's kind of odd to me in the sense that they're going to release the prologue and the first mission,
Mm-hmm.
and then how long you're going to wait between missions. It's going to be maddening. But it's one of those things where it's like, it really depends on how good the overall story arc's going to be and whether or not you're going to attract people back. Because, like, I don't know, sometimes, like, some of the Hitman missions are just terrible. Like, some of them you're like, okay, this one's kind of lame. So I mean, unless all of these are really good, in-depth, well-constructed missions, I don't see how they're going to keep drawing people back unless it's just really die-hard Hitman fans. Which I was up in I enjoyed Absolution, but I don't know, I didn't like it as much as I did Blood Money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just me.
I need to try some of these games.
I actually want to add something else. I just thought of this. Episodic's not really a bad thing for someone like me. As much of a big collection of video games I own, it takes forever for me to play one game. But episodic, I can just play a little bit now and be done with this and come back to it later when they release it.
But Tyler,
what's the difference of buying the game and stopping and saving it and coming back to it later?
Tyler, I thought you were absolutely against buying games that didn't have physical releases.
Well, I am, but
so why would you buy the game twice?
Well, here's the thing: if I can pay it just once and get the rest, I'm okay with it. I'm probably gonna get a physical copy anyway.
Well, I mean, but if you buy the episodic game, you're buying the code to download it to play it. You're not going to get a physical copy at the end.
You don't
Congratulations, you beat the episodic game. Here's your physical copy. No, it's just, hey, you took your money. You don't get a case.
You never know. I might like the game so much, I might get two physical copies.
So you're going to pay $120 for one game? That's going to be your end
goal?
Saying,
like episode 1 and then get the physical copy. Right? Is that what you're saying?
You're talking to a guy who spent $300 on a Dell Live Extreme Beach Volleyball.
Ooh. Yeah, so I guess rational thought about saving money on these things just isn't going to go anywhere.
Rational thought? He's the one that looks like a fucking wolf, and you want to talk about rational thought?
Okay, good point. All right. It's got headphones on. Yeah, that makes all the difference.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, yes, it does. I add it too.
I'm personally really curious to see where this goes.
Those aren't even on your ears. I just realized that. None of those even work.
Okay. Dogs are known for good hearing, so.
You're just you're blasting the sound into your skull right now is what you're doing. That's just okay.
As I was saying, I'm curious to see how this goes. I think there's some good and some bad, but I will definitely say if a game, not because it's episodic, but if a game is made bad and it happens to be episodic, you'll know within that first episode that the game's going to be bad. Like Resident Evil, I can't think of what it's called, the free one that you can get on PlayStation Plus.
Revelations
2.
There we go. That's actually a good one.
Well, I do say I enjoy the game. The quality of a game versus like some of the other Resident Evils is not as good. I think compared, me personally, I think it's not as high quality. I feel like the gameplay feels a little loose, and like it's just like you said, you probably wouldn't buy, Jared. You probably wouldn't buy that one. And I agree. I wouldn't buy that game.
Well, I actually bought it, and me and my roommate are loving it. It's actually the first game we played together.
Oh, it's co-op, so I mean that's the one reason I would buy it. But I mean, from a judging the game from gameplay and stuff like that, just from my biased perspective, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't feel like the game wasn't made very well, even though it is still very much enjoyable. If that makes any sense.
Well, I haven't really played any other Resident Evil except for a little bit 1, some 4, but I don't know, something about this one makes me really enjoyed it.
It's the co-op, that's what it is.
It probably is, because I haven't played single player yet.
Yeah, don't do it.
Okay.
That's good. But do you think we should get into the sad news, guys?
No.
I'm dreading talking about it. I'm just going to sit here and be sad with all these guys and wolves. But most of you have probably already heard that there have been a good amount of deaths already. 2 that I personally know about is David Bowie, which Labyrinth. I'm trying to think of some other stuff.
Man that Fell to Earth.
Yeah,
Prestige.
Lots of stuff. And then
musical genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alan Rickman, I believe is the name.
Hans Gruber.
Yep. Snape. The angel from Dogma. I can't think of his name. Metatron. Is that it?
That's Megatron. That's Transformers.
No, not.
Oh, the voice of God. That angel.
Was it Metatron?
No, there's no Tron in that.
It's the Megatron.
Megatron. Oh my god, you guys suck. You guys are terrible.
There's Megatron, Starscream, Devastator.
I'm looking it up because I can't remember what that one was.
Blackout.
Yes, Metatron was his name, you assholes.
Galvatron.
Yeah.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee. Well, I'm talking about Decepticons.
Oh, on Solar Screen.
It was
Or
Metatron?
Ice.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Ice.
I'll be damned. Alrighty.
Yeah, Metatron was an angel. That's an actual, like, in the Bible type thing, I believe.
Yeah, I thought it was something different, though, was the name, but my bad.
Oh.
It's okay. I forgive you guys. But yes, he has also died. Who I know you guys know of some of the other guys. I'm not too familiar with them.
Celine Dion's husband.
Oh God, no.
The 82-year-old Renee, which I used to always call her dad, because he started producing or being her manager when she was 12, and then when she was like 21, they got married or some shit like that, and he's like
That made
30
it weird.
years her elder. Yay, Canada, or fucking French Canada.
French.
Which,
Thumbs up.
which part is French?
Quebec.
Is that further up or further down?
It's by Florida.
Oh, that's a terrible place to live at.
There's your American education there, folks. Quebec is near Florida.
I can't even do this right now.
Lemmy from Motorhead,
Ah,
the loudest band on earth. The lead singer passed away.
yeah.
That's a sad one.
Oh.
But what's the one thing that all four of these have in common?
They're
The
awesome.
famous?
Music?
They got money.
Is that it? Is it no more guesses?
They're awesome. They've made a big impact. They left their mark. I don't know. That's
dudes?
They're dudes. That's really. They all died of cancer.
Oh right, yeah.
All of them died of cancer. Two of them secret, probably three of them keeping it secret. Well, I guess all of them were keeping it secret, really. But isn't this sort of like a sign that we're putting all these monies for breast cancer walks and all these type of cancer charities and the research things, but yet we hear how many times that money gets right into the pockets of those CEOs of those charities, where out of every dollar, 95 cents of that dollar goes to the CEOs and the board, and the rest of it goes to actually trying to find a cure.
Well, actually, you're forgetting the part that goes to fighting other charities that use similar logos.
Oh, of course, yes.
You're forgetting about that one. What is it? The pink one with the little ribbon?
I
Don't
thought
they
it was
spend
breast
don't they
cancer.
spend more money like suing the crap out of smaller charities than they do actually like donating to cancer research?
What sense does that make?
Well, they're selling a brand. They don't necessarily care about fighting cancer.
True story.
Yeah.
True story.
Well,
Yeah, and to me, it really pisses me off that we have all these people passing away from cancer that we've been spending and throwing money at. How many times? Like, how much millions and fucking billions of dollars, and yet we don't. There's no cure. We're no closer to a cure than what we were in 1950.
I would say we at least have some treatments in place now.
Radiation.
Yeah, it works for some people.
well,
They
hey,
had that in the
Better
50s.
than nothing.
well, here's the thing. My dad had cancer twice in 1 year, and it's gone. So that's something. We're doing something right.
Yeah, I mean, it works for some people. There are just certain types of cancer you just can't beat, unfortunately.
Yeah, or you just don't catch in time. I mean, there's so many different factors, and there's so many things to learn about it. I definitely think we are closer to solving the problem than we were, 50, 60 years ago. But
It's unfortunate. It's really expensive. That's another part of it. Wow, this got sad.
Yeah. It's not really affected me at all since I don't know these people that well.
Well, honestly, I'm going to use some Canadian politics here. This story came up 2 years ago, I think. But in Edmonton, there is a group in Edmonton who found a cure for most types of cancer. So they brought it to the FDA, and the FDA said, nope, we're not even going to look at that. And pretty much took the cure for cancer and shoved it underneath and said that won't happen. There was a big fucking upheaval because of the pharmaceutical companies not wanting to lose their portion of money. And it's just like the guy who apparently found the cure for AIDS in a pill and was charging $700 a pill when it only takes $1.05 to make or something.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
He got arrested, from what I understand.
Well, that was more like it was a cocktail that wasn't the cure for AIDS. It just prevented HIV from mutating into AIDS.
Right.
It's still an asshole move.
Yeah, I think he's in jail now, so that's fine.
But he still owns it, though.
Well, I mean, in the sense that he's going to jail because he took money from one hedge fund to cover the losses of another company. So it's like rich people only get pissed when they're getting fucked out of money. So he'll go to a cushy jail for 15 years and get out and go back to fucking over people's lives. So that's just great.
I mean, that's just sad. I mean, hey, you want me to help you out? Pay me $600 a piece.
That's also a byproduct of American insurance, though.
That's
in the sense that a lot of insurance will cover the difference on that. So that's how they're making their money, and that's how he's boosting his company's stock portfolio and profits.
Wasn't he already making money though?
Oh, he's already a millionaire because he's a piece of shit. But yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna be a bigger piece of shit.
So I kind of want to.
You can make. Oh yeah. Well, sorry.
I was gonna say I want to steer this towards something a little bit more positive, and as much as this is interesting, I don't think we have too much time left. We're gonna do a little bit shorter of a show tonight, but I would like to at least just remember the good things about these guys. Like I said, I only know about Alan Rickman and a little bit about David Bowie, not so much his music career on his individual albums, but Labyrinth. I loved that movie as a kid. I loved Jim Henson. Just what he brought to the table as an actor and a singer, being able to do all this stuff and
his package.
The package exactly
in Labyrinth.
That's that cod piece.
With that, it's just very inspiring. Thanks, Jared. But no, and then Alan Rickman, I mean, he played some cool characters. Like, I love Dogma. He played a really interesting character. Now, he always played these kind of off villainous characters that were misunderstood, like Snape. Before I even knew completely about the character of Snape, I never read the books, but he played that character so well. You wanted to think he was a bad guy throughout most of the movies, but he still played his character so well to where he just had redeeming qualities and you still liked him even though he just came off like a dick. And I just felt like he was a very talented actor, and these guys have left positive impressions on people. Obviously, people are talking about him, we're talking about him. If you guys have been know anything about any of the other people, definitely bring up some positive stuff, because I'd rather remember the positive than just stress on all the negative. Cancer does suck, it does exist, you can't ignore it, but it's definitely worth remembering the good rather than the bad, I think. Otherwise, you get depressed as shit. That's not fun.
Well, when we say something good news about cancer, did you hear? Oh, well, that came out wrong. But anyway, I said that completely wrong. Did you hear the update about what's his name? Total Biscuit?
No.
Yeah, apparently he's doing good now.
Ah.
It's in remission?
No, I wouldn't say that. They say it's like cancer. He's improving, so that's good news right there.
Yeah, did you ever hear about the drama about Keemstar and him?
I don't know who Keemstar is.
Keemstar is a guy who runs Drama Alert on YouTube, but apparently he's not necessarily a good person. But the joke was, I guess, Keemstar was talking mad crap about this guy on YouTube, and Total Biscuit drops into the comment section and says he was talking to his doctor, and his doctor's like, yeah, you have cancer, but at least you're not Keemstar. That was a Total Biscuit drop in the comment section. Is like, damn.
You could always be that guy.
Yeah, but yeah, it is unfortunate. Like, I don't know. Did you guys watch the Lazarus video David Bowie put out? His last music video?
No.
David Bowie, like, this was put on his birthday a few days before he died, and essentially it was really interesting because you could tell, like, he wasn't looking so great, because David Bowie, if you saw pictures of him from, like, 2 years ago, he looked great for a guy who was 68, 69, or 67 years old. And in this music video, he's looking rather sickly, but he turned his final moments into this wonderful performance piece about his death, and it's just a really intriguing and deeply made and well-made music video. So I'd recommend checking that out. Because I've really enjoyed David Bowie's work through the years, like especially like the work he did in Labyrinth with Jim Henson before Jim Henson died, and then that was this beautiful stuff. And then what was it? Yeah, also the Omicron game that was made by Quantic Dream. That's I think there's a free for a few days, right?
Yeah, it might be. By the time this is up, it'll probably be not on. It's up till the 22nd, from what I understand. But I think we should also put a post on Facebook if we haven't already.
Yeah, we put a few up, yeah. But awesome. Yeah, Omicron was a fantastic game that he did the entire soundtrack for, and it's such a great game. And like, there's also points in the game where you can go and find. There are like these unlocks you can go to where you can actually find like David Bowie concerts. And it's fantastic.
And who did you say the developers were?
Quantic Dream, same guys who did Heavy Rain, Indigo Prophecy, Beyond Two Souls.
Awesome games I like very much. So I actually didn't know of this game or that Quantic had any hand in this. So that I've already downloaded it. I believe Jared and Tyler or Ian already have as well. But definitely think I'm going to enjoy the game if it's Quantic Studios. This must have been made before Indigo Prophecy.
Oh yeah, it was made in 1998, I think. Actually, it was made a while ago.
Well, okay.
Let me look it up just to make sure I'm accurate. Because I have it on Dreamcast, so I mean it goes back that far. Yeah, 1999 was when it came out. I have it on Dreamcast and PC.
How much it goes for on Dreamcast right now?
Probably $13.
Okay,
Let me check. Hang on, I'll find out for you.
Okay, if it's.
I know you'll play it on Dreamcast, so I'll tell you.
So, what kind of game is it? Is it like a shooter game or?
Oh God, what happened? It's. Never mind, it's $89 on Dreamcast now, apparently.
Oh, well, David Bowie just died, so that might have something to do with it.
That explains. You know, speaking of celebrities dying, I guess I go ahead and tell this quick story. One day I decided I want Michael Jackson on Sega Genesis. I go on eBay and find out, everything's going $80. What happened? I was like, this one's still $25. Buy it. Mom comes in. Michael Jackson passed away. And that explains why the price was skyrocketing.
I like the way you tell stories, Tyler.
That's going to always remind me. I bought Michael Jackson's game the day he passed away without even realizing he passed away.
It was destiny.
It was, I guess. Maybe I killed him. I bought that $25 game.
Oh, Jesus. He must work for his doctor then.
That's what I was going to say. Oh, man.
Huh. That's weird. I guess there are some different releases where some people call it the Nomad Soul, and there's some cases that only display that name as opposed to Omicron.
Yeah, that's what I saw when I looked up the game originally.
Yeah, so I guess there was some other names. Because the one I have is the triangular box that says Omicron Nomad Soul that has, like, it's a great pyramid that IDOS used to release back in the day. I love those boxes. Because I have it. Yeah, I have the box on the wall behind me if you look. I think it's the one right there. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure the prices will go down eventually because the Michael Jackson game did, and I actually did eventually get the complete in box one at around $30.
Well, yeah, I mean you can also get it on Steam too. So I mean, it's only $9.99 on Steam.
Who wants it digital though?
$0.
Oh my God! You just.
Tyler, it's free right now for Steam. Go get it online.
Oh,
I can play it.
Oh, I can put my arms up here, grab the game, and put it in my system and play it for free.
But you don't have the game.
I do have the game.
You have Omicron?
Oh no, I'm talking about Michael Jackson, but whatever.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah,
I'm confused.
We're talking about Michael Jackson.
I just want you to know my neck hurts right now, but I am shaking my head just because of what you said.
But anyway.
No, anyway, let's go.
Not seeing David Bowie live in concert is one of my life regrets, but he was kind of not doing that.
Nah.
Anyway, but that would have been awesome if he'd done like some kind of tour after, but no, not anymore.
Sadly, I only know 2 songs from him: Space Oddity and going to iTunes, Ziggy Stardust.
I mean, here's the thing, though. I can guarantee that you've heard more songs of his than you realize.
I have. I actually have. I listened to some more, but those are 2 songs I recently downloaded from iTunes.
Mm-hmm. I'd say Underground is a fantastic song that he did. Under Pressure is awesome, too. Of course, if you go to YouTube and look up Power of the Babe, that one's a fantastic song from Love Labyrinth.
Power of the Babe?
Yeah, this great little song he did for Labyrinth.
Okay, that's what I say. It's about a duck.
Oh, yeah.
Every song in the Labyrinth is amazing.
Yeah, I want to watch
so
that.
It's a masterpiece,
so
visually and story and all. Everything.
So that's the name of the movie, right?
The Labyrinth, yes.
The Labyrinth. I have to go find it now.
It's pretty good. I think you'll like it, actually.
Okay, good, because another movie I haven't seen.
Yeah, it's a classic. Not Pan's Labyrinth. Don't watch that. Well, that's good too, but
Pan's Labyrinth is just as good.
It's just as good, but it is not a kid's movie. Oh man.
Now
I'm not get into it right now, but man.
Okay, maybe next time.
It's a good movie. Speaking of which, I did watch one of his movies recently, Crimson Peak. We can talk about that sometime as well.
Whoa.
I need to go watch that.
Crimson
We
Peak.
can probably talk about it after the show.
Okay, that one sounds familiar.
Yeah, but yeah. I think this is a decent note to end it on. It was a sadder podcast than usual, but sometimes you have to talk about the things that happen. It's the real world. Not always good things happen, but nonetheless, I'll go down the line here, starting with the wolf over here. Tyler, where can they find you?
Hello, you can find me on YouTube, the Video Game Hunter 32, or Hot Anime 32. They would take you straight to the same channel. I have a Twitter account, VGH32, and I also have a Facebook, the Video Game Hunter.
Alright, and Tyler, where can they find, or Ian, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me at www.historicnerd.com or Historic Nerd on YouTube, or at Historical Nerd on Twitter, and I guess fuck cancer should be the tagline for the podcast.
Hashtag fuck cancer.
Hashtag fuck cancer.
Fucking
Alright,
cancer.
Jared, anything you want to add on?
Yes, actually, there's a little link there if you guys want to click that. I don't know if it worked for you. I just came across this as you were talking, so I apologize. But what it is Louis Vuitton sponsoring Final Fantasy.
The fuck?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I saw that Reddit today.
No, it's about the fashion thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually heard about that recently today.
Certain companies should not be a part of video games. That's one of them.
Hey, they wanted Lightning as a model.
That's dumb.
See, what I love about Louis Vuitton, you want to know what they do? So they make X number of bags, and whatever bags don't sell, they burn to keep the cost of the bags up, so they don't saturate the market. So they only make a limited amount.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you can also go to a street corner in New York and get a nice counterfeit that's close enough. But yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah,
so now we get to look. Now we get to look forward to fucking Louis Vuitton in Final Fantasy VII, the remake episodic version, because they'll pay a bunch of money to be a part of it. And here we go.
We might have to talk about this, or I may have to do a small part in like the weekly wrap up or something. I don't know, because that's that's a good find. That's a good find.
Sorry about that. It was just something as we're closing out that I came across. I'm like, fuck, this has got to be talked about.
Quick question though. I mean, how many gamers actually buy Louis Vuitton?
I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure what that is.
It's a very expensive line of handbags.
Yeah. Oh, so basically it's a purse.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, out of all Final Fantasy characters, they picked Lightning.
It looks like
Yeah.
it might be.
You
I guess.
think
It's lightning. It's lightning.
You think they would pick like Aeris or something for Final Fantasy VII?
Not relevant enough, I guess.
No, yeah, but
Yet.
well, she's like the only character I can even imagine having like a purse or a bag, really.
Nonetheless, yes, my name is Kaztek, or Jared. I am the voice behind the console Xplosion. I just want to say that if you're looking for great stock footage of consoles, there's a member that we have called, what is it, the gaming, what is it?
High definition gaming.
High definition gaming. The link should be down there in the bottom if Tavian puts it in there. That has great stock white background video game consoles that you can use for your reviews or whatever top 10 videos. Just make sure that you leave credit and mention. He also takes donations so that he can get better equipment to get better white screen consoles. But the link to his YouTube page will be right there. Check him out. That's all I have.
All right. Thanks, Jared.
One more thing. Stay crispy.
Stay crispy.
Stay crispy.
Oh,
stay furry.
Oh, God.
Can we mute him? Yeah, just to add on, thank you guys as always for listening. I really appreciate it. Like I said, this was a darker one, but thank you for those of you who stuck through it with us. Definitely appreciate it. Let us know what you guys think, how these guys influenced you, if there's any other people that we missed or anything like that. Start that conversation down below. Let us know what you think. And what was the last thing? We always have links down below. We have a bunch of different affiliates that we, personally use or like. Like, I'm a big fan of Mad Catz. Check those links out down there. See if you can find anything that you guys like. We appreciate anything like that. But as always, I am the Philosopher. You can find me on Facebook.com/ThePhilosopher or /Philosopher, YouTube and Twitter @ThePhilosopher. And I will see you in the next one.